Every presidential address is more than just a speech, it's a moment that shapes national conversation and public perception. In 2025, President Trump's address promised a new era of prosperity, security, and American strength. But as soon as the applause faded, analysts in newsrooms across the country began to dissect every claim, statistic, and promise. This video takes you through the highlights, the controversies, and the deeper strategies behind the address, revealing how political storytelling and fact-checking collide in the modern media landscape. President opened with bold claims: a record-breaking $18 trillion in investment, inflation halted, wages up, and prices down. He touted the largest tax cuts in American history, promising families savings of up to $20,000 a year and gas prices under $2.50 a gallon. The narrative painted a picture of unprecedented economic success, suggesting a dramatic turnaround from previous years. These sweeping statements set the tone for the address, aiming to reassure Americans and project strength both at home and abroad. Beyond economics, the president highlighted achievements in border security and foreign policy. He claimed to have transformed the worst border into the strongest in history, and asserted that his administration had restored American strength, settled multiple conflicts, and neutralized international threats. These statements were designed to reinforce an image of decisive leadership and effective governance, appealing to both national pride and a sense of restored order. One of the most headline-grabbing moments was the announcement of the warrior dividend. In honor of the nation's founding, every soldier would receive a $1,776 check, with payments already on the way. This gesture was positioned as both a patriotic tribute and a tangible reward for service. The move generated immediate buzz, but also sparked questions about its timing, intent, and broader implications for military morale and public opinion. Morning after the address, the media and analysts began their deep dive. Newsrooms pored over the president's claims, comparing them to economic data and policy records. This scrutiny revealed a much more complex and sometimes contradictory picture of the nation's state. Fact-checkers highlighted discrepancies, and the public was left to navigate between official narratives and independent analysis. The contrast between the president's story and the media's findings became a central theme in the days that followed. One of the first claims to face scrutiny was the statement that inflation has stopped. Fact-checkers quickly pointed out that the inflation rate remained unchanged from when Trump took office. Other claims, such as the opening of 1,600 new power plants, were labeled as false by industry experts. The speech's promise of massive drug price cuts up to 600% was mathematically impossible, as analysts explained. These fact-checks highlighted the gap between political messaging and economic reality. As the fact-checking unfolded, public opinion polls painted a sobering picture. Approval ratings for the president's handling of the economy hit new lows, with only 36% approval and 45% of Americans citing prices as their top concern. Overall confidence in the economy remained weak, and recent elections showed that affordability was a decisive issue for voters. These numbers underscored the disconnect between the administration's optimistic narrative and the public's lived experience. The address revealed two competing realities: the president's narrative of economic boom and national revival, and the analyst's view of rising unemployment, persistent inflation, and low consumer confidence. While the president declared America the hottest country in the world, experts pointed to stubborn economic challenges. This clash of perspectives highlighted the power of political storytelling and the crucial role of independent analysis in holding leaders accountable. In the end, the 2025 presidential address stands as a case study in modern political communication. It was a meticulously crafted performance, designed for a dedicated audience and broadcast into a media ecosystem primed for instant analysis. The event revealed not just the state of the union, but the ongoing battle between competing narratives, each vying to define reality for the American public. As viewers, we're reminded of the importance of critical thinking and the need to look beyond headlines to understand the full story.